I can't stop thinking about Star Wars. I never have, since I was a kid. But lately it's been my disappointment in the new films. Even the ones I like, I have more problems with than I wish I did. So I decided to sit down and rework them in a way that fixes my problems with them. Now I know I'm not the first to do this, but I think I have some ideas that might be worth talking about. Also, I'm not going to be mapping out the 3 films as one long story arc. I'm going to be taking them one at a time, fixing what needs to be fixed each movie. George Lucas didn't have all the scripts for the originals done when he started shooting A New Hope. I think with Star Wars, each one should be made building on top of the last, as the first trilogy did. So I'm going to break down my version by the changes made to each of the characters, who are the heart of the story. I hope you enjoy it. I'm Greg, and this is my version of The Force Awakens. Let's do this. I want to start with Poe. Beautiful, beautiful Poe. I really like opening the movie with this character, played by the most famous of the new cast, and seeming to kill him off at the end of the first act. My change would not be bringing him back. Not in this movie anyways. I don't know how I'll bring him back in The Last Jedi yet, but I'll figure it out. I just find him showing up again partway through the movie to be kind of pointless. It's just weird and unnecessary. We can make this work better for the story being told. That story being... Watching a stormtrooper who defects is my favorite part of The Force Awakens. So much that I would make it the focus of the film and really push that narrative harder. So much that I don't even want to introduce Rey until the film is in its second act, after Finn and Poe have crashed on the planet. We put Finn on the hero's journey. His inability to kill in the opening, finding a mentor figure in Poe, and then crossing the threshold with the escape. It all falls into the structure already, and we know that the hero's journey itself is the foundation Star Wars is built on, so why not run with it?
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
Hell, maybe we'll even put in a scene where Rey uses the Force, but it's framed to make it seem like Finn did it, furthering the framing of him as the protagonist of this new trilogy. I also want to put a bigger emphasis on him losing Poe, the first genuine relationship he's ever known, as a key factor in his motivation. It's why he wants to join the New Republic, why he wants to rescue Rey, and why he tries to duel Kylo at the end of the film. Okay, so everybody calls Rey Mary Sue. Is she? I don't care. She's a scavenger. She can be good at fixing the Falcon. She could be a natural about using the Force. None of that matters. It all works. It's all fine. I want to get rid of all that mystery box stuff, all the references to her waiting for someone on Jakku. She can just be a scavenger. But with us keeping her out of the story until the second act, presenting Finn as the main character, where does that leave her? It makes her one of Star Wars' favorite things, a charming side character. In the original film, Luke leads the story, but all the best lines go to Han. All the standout characters in the original trilogy are characters like Han, Lando, Chewie, Leia, the people surrounding the hero on their quest. They get to be cool, while Luke gets the majority of the growth.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
So we let Rey be the fun side character for most of the film, and then, in the third act, she starts to grow, and then finally, when Finn is struck down by Kylo Ren, she takes his place. The revelation is that she is our Jedi, it's her Force that awakens, and she completes the hero's journey started by Finn at the beginning of the film. I don't want to change too much here. I like Han and Chewie finding Rey and Finn on the Falcon, but instead of having them gone back to being smugglers, instead I want them to be on some kind of mission for the New Republic. I don't like that he abandoned everything. I think it would still work if, after Ben left them, he and Leia threw themselves into their work, ignoring each other. That would be the wedge between them, but he wouldn't have just run away. I also want to change the action sequence that happens at this point. That weird alien creature that kills the guys from the raid is a little bit out of nowhere, so instead, let's replace it with a few Knights of Ren who brought a weird creature to unleash on the heroes. Still a monster running around hallways, but a little more well built into the narrative that we're going for, and actually makes the Knights of Ren, actually do something. With Leia, I think she works really well as is. I like that she's the general leading the fight on the New Order, but we just need more of it. That's it really. Doing what they're doing, just more of it. Luke, on the other hand, I'd pull him out of this movie. Not removing mentions of him, we obviously need that. I would just take out the last scene of him on the mountain. I'd end with Rey, Chewie, and R2 taking off on the Falcon, cliffhanger there. While we're at it, let's cut the map to Luke. Make the reason why they're going to find Leia because Finn has information on the New Order himself. Make the goal of this film come from the protagonists, not on chasing the nostalgia characters. So now that we've got our protagonists, let's move on to the antagonists. The Force Awakens paints the New Order as the Empire with a new name. I think we need to highlight that they are a remnant of the Empire instead. Throw into the crawl information that they have only recently united under the leadership of Kylo Ren and his knights. Before that, they were just acting like different, semi-connected terrorist groups. In a rewrite video made on the YouTube channel Center Row, General Hux and Captain Phasma are streamlined into one character, a single stoic opposite to Ren's highly emotional persona. I would like to take that idea and add on what many fans have wanted, putting Phasma in the place of the stormtrooper who fights Finn after calling him a traitor. Like my placing of the Knights of Ren in the action sequence with Han, it makes things more streamlined and adds importance to aspects of the movie that in the actual film fall short. I'm also taking out Starkiller Base, since we all know how played out another Death Star is. I want to replace that with the fact that the New Order has amassed an enormous fleet of old Star Destroyers, similar to the ones in Rise of Skywalker, but without them being powerful, essentially just more Death Star planet destroyers. The Republic now has to destroy the base that houses the fleet before the Star Destroyers are fully functional. We gotta get rid of that Maz Kanata line, an excellent story for another time, because it's just more mystery box nonsense. I like Kylo Ren as whiny bitch. That's staying in. Also, the pacing in this movie is not very good. I would either add some more moments to breathe, or maybe cut out the action sequence after Han and Chewie get back on the Falcon, just so it doesn't feel so non-stop. So that's my rewrite of The Force Awakens, focusing on Finn and his journey, as well as a reworking of the New Order to be less of the New Empire, and really trying to make it its own thing within the universe. I hope you liked my more streamlined take, and I guess I'll get to work on The Last Jedi. Have yourself a good day.